Hey, what's going on, pros and PROesse? This is KMJ and Hit613 here, and welcome to a different kind of video today. It's still a gameplay, but it's it's the game Rage, and it is the ending to the game Rage. And this was one of my, when I was playing it, it was, so to say, it was the best game I've ever had. The storyboard is just amazing, and oh boy, it was just so good game. I'm not going to speak too much about the gameplay and the stuff because I want to actually talk about a topic. So yeah, but like I said, the game is just the ending. I had to cut it down to 40 minutes 51. It's the full gameplay from start to finish. But yeah, so like I said, the game's good, love the game, good guns, and I do show you a wide variety of stuff and like that. So anyway, so today's topic talk is actually about, as you know, it's just Christmas is finished now, and obviously with the cool weather and everything. I think it was around last year, this year, but when we had snow last year, really bad in the UK, there was obviously lots of stuff about and lots of people, and one thing that came up on the news was that someone had parked on the snow, right? Well, not parked, someone had got stranded, right? So I think it was on a hill, and so it snowed really hard overnight, they couldn't get it, so they had to abandon their car. And what happened was the police, well, it's not the police, but the what they called parking wardens. The parking wardens gave the person that was stranded, not parked, stranded on the snow on the hill. They got a parking ticket for it, and that was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, think of that. You go up a hill, you get stranded, can't go back down because there's other cars, so you ditch your car, and what do you get? You get a parking fine ticket, and that is just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, why on earth would you even do that? I mean, that is just money rip-off beyond belief. I mean, why on earth anyone would just... I mean, that is just ridiculous. I mean, say it to me now. You would not be happy if I give you a ticket for allegedly parking, as they call it, but it's not actually parking, they just use it as an excuse. Parking on the hill when you're stranded. That is just absolutely stupid. But what can you do though? It's just, and of course people had to pay it legitimately, and people could not get off of it. So you're kind of just fucked basically. But I mean, seriously though, this world has got some really stupid things going on. I mean, there's always the issue with snow and people parking, or even parking. People just, everything is just so idiotic. But today, actually, as I do this commentary, there was actually a stabbing in my town. Because obviously I work in town, I was in work today. I was coming out, and then there's this woman on the floor, or girl, I don't know, whatever. And then she got... That was a fail from that gun, by the way. I didn't know how to use it. There was a girl, that was stabbed. She got stabbed and mugged. There was blood over the floor, and there was police and ambulances everywhere, and the road blocked off. I mean, how ridiculous is that? Why would you even want to stab someone? I mean, I don't give a if you're high or if you're on this or you're on that. I mean, why on earth would you wanna? Why would you even think about stabbing someone? That is just bad, Then people should be... people don't deserve to die. They deserve to be tortured and taught a lesson because she... I don't know if she survived. I hope she did. I mean, let's think of that. That is absolutely ridiculous. Someone got stabbed for absolutely no reason whatsoever. And there's always, muggings going on in the world and this, that. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's absolutely ridiculous with just everything that's going on in the world. You can't just walk out and be safe. You always have to be alert, you always have to be careful, you always have to be wary of this, blah, blah, blah. It's such a pain in the arse sometimes. And so in a way, it's why on earth do people think like that? The government need to do it is... They need to do some sort... I know this is probably impossible in this time, but they need to insert some sort of... not insert, but they need to make some sort of drug or something, or something good. And they need to inject it into people that are idiots, psychopaths, all that. and what they need to do is sort out the good people. So all the bad people are prisoners. They need to inject this shit, and it makes them look like a good person. So if everyone was eventually injected with this stuff, the whole world, and obviously all new coming babies and people were injected in it for birth, and it was a thing that's in their bloodstream for life, and it promoted good thoughts, you know, the world would be a much more productive place. It would be much more safer. You know, think if everyone was good people now, yeah, there'd be so much less. There'd be no slavery, no unfairness. Thinking in third world countries when people work to make shoes and cheap like tops and shit, and then they come over in and sell them at like what 60-80 quid, you know, because they got a stupid brand name on it. You know, we can stop that. We will be able to stop that, but frankly, that's not going to happen anymore. And like I said, it's up to the government at the end of the day. Like me and you, ever watching this commentary, you know, can't do anything about it. And it's actually, I mean, maybe it's the future, like the near future, but I mean, for certainly most of the people that are watching this now, for like my lifetime or whatever, you know, I'm only 17 and it's probably not going to be, well, it's not even going to be around in my lifetime, you know, at all, you know. I mean, I'm talking about the whole world being populated with all future babies. You know, it's going to be a thing that is like, kind of, let's take hospital, like there's oxygen everywhere, you know what I mean, but these injections for every new person in everyone currently, you know, and same with diseases as well, like AIDS and HIV, and I know some of it is due to people doing this and that, but I mean, like, there should be a simple cure for it. Like, everything is there, it's just waiting to be invented. So, hover cars, right, there's this guy that hacked NASA and got videos of the UFO, and what the scientists are trying to do is reverse engineer the technology, so they figure out how it was built, then they can build it. So obviously then, if they know how to build it, then they can build it. I mean, obviously electric cars are becoming more now. Electric cars are just pathetic, to be honest. You know, till there's electric point at every at every petrol station, and you know they have decent power and this that, and can, you know, it's just not good for the time being. And yeah, it's slowly coming. But I mean, for the time being, like, take a truck for example, a truck that goes across Europe to transport some goods. I mean, I'm not saying a little battery, but a battery, or to say a motor that is powered by electric, has to carry huge heavy loads across the thing and have to keep topping up. I mean, wouldn't that last? And think as well, when you in the winter, when you've got all of the cold, and then you've got to use all the battery power. I mean, in a way, it just, like I said, there's enough fuel for our lifetimes, what we're watching now. But I mean, it just does make you wonder about everything, you know. Like, obviously in the future we may go out in space and maybe inhabit other planets and all this. But I mean, you know, for the most part, it's like, well, you should in a way, you should not worry about it, because your lifetime everything will be fine, like our lifetime now. But the future generations, if we get past 2012, because the world ended apparently, if we get past that, then, well, yeah, then it's just up to time. Time will only tell. Like I said, the only thing stopping us is time. But the thing that really worries me about everything and anything is, I know the sun died, it's a billion years away, and this, that, and the world exploded and all this, but I think the one big worry, I know dying, obviously everyone doesn't want to die, I think because I know obviously there is ghosts and afterlife and all that, because obviously if you've done the Ouija board, you would know that obviously if you've done it properly in this world, you know there's obviously spirits, and spirits are obviously not a human being, they're obviously second hand, well not second hand, but second person, whatever you want to call it, things, or whatever you want to call it, invisible rays, or I don't know what they are, and whatever they are, that is something else that's living, that is something else, and it's obviously a human or something, because they know and do this. I mean, so I honestly do believe in afterlife, but then saying that again, when the world, well, eventually dies and blacks out and the sun dies, I mean, I just really hate thinking about it. I really get weird feelings. Yeah, I do hate thinking about this topic because it does really worry me quite a bit. I mean, take this game now, right? These are people, these Ark survivors are people from years and years ago, and they've just come out of this chamber, you know. It's like, I know that's not real, but I mean, you know, think of it that way. It's like, you know, any day could be our last. Like the woman getting stabbed today, that could be our last day, and that's it. She's just dead, and it's like, wow, why? You know, life can just end so quickly, and it can end so stupidly and so easily. It can just end. There's so many ways you can die. It's ridiculous, and I honestly do wonder: is it just black or white, or just nothing for all of eternity? Because when you die, I think it's hard to explain, but what are we? Like, obviously we've got a heart which pumps blood. Fair enough, the heart doesn't have anything to do with us. Let's just take, for example, if the heart wasn't there, or like we didn't need the heart. We are effectively the brain, and the brain is effectively like, okay, let's take it like this: a robot, a computer, and us. So our brain is effectively a robot's brain, and then a computer's CPU chip, or whatever you call it, right? And then when so if the body dies, either the robot's body dies, they can put a new body on it. If the computer's actual body dies, they can replace that and do this. But if a human body dies or gets old or whatever, we can't exactly put the brain in another body because we're not that advanced yet. So you know what I mean? Is it that? Or because our brain must die. I mean, if you don't die from like blood clot or your brain hemorrhage or just old age or heart attack or this, that, and old age, how can you die normally? You know what I mean? Do you just like in it? There's rumors of, well, not rumors, but remember when people just drop dead? Like I think there was this guy doing some sports, I think, or something, and he's running, he just dropped dead. It's like, what the hell? I mean, he just dropped dead. I mean, how freaking scary is that? That is just scary beyond belief to know that you could just drop dead. I mean, it just makes you shiver. But like, anyway, back to the thing. But so we see from our eyes, so we think we are our eyes. We have full control over the body, but it's hard to explain. I mean, a robot takes power from electric, right? And then a computer obviously takes mains power, and then we take our energy from food and sleeping, right? So that's all sorted. But if you take the power away from a robot and that, and come back, okay, let's say we take the power away from a robot and a computer and come back in a zillion years, the computer would still work because it hasn't kind of, you know what I mean, it's there, it's not going to get older because it's metal and stuff. But a human, if we left our bodies for like zillions of years, they'll just degrade and go icky regardless of what we do to them, because zillions of years is ridiculous. And you know, it's like, I honestly don't know. It's really hard to explain, but I mean, we are our brains in the day, and if our brain dies, then kind of, that's it. But what are we? We're not. A brain is a load of muscle. But then people say we are a soul, like a living thing, whatever you want to call it, inside our body, which just confuses the crap out of me. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that commentary. Thank you for watching this rage ending video. Yeah, this was an amazing game. Ending was kind of shit because it kind of left it open for another game. Yeah, they just come out and then regenerate the whole world. But yeah, I mean, I hope they make a Rage 2. I'll complete this game in about 6 hours. About 6-7 hours. 8 actually, I think. 6-7-8 hours, I don't know, about that time. And yeah, the graphics are absolutely stunning and everything's good about it. So videos come to an end now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Yep, happy rage endings. Zoom. So yeah, annoying credits, and yeah, so alright guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.